When my deaf sister signed I love you with her left hand, I became the villain at our family dinner. Sabrina has been deaf since birth and right-hand dominant her entire life. When we were kids, we made a pact. If she ever signed with her left hand, it meant danger, real danger. We were dramatic kids who watched too many spy movies, but we shook on it. Pinky promised. Left hand equals help me. 23 years and she'd never used it once. Every Sunday dinner would be at my parents' house. Sabrina arrived with Brandon, my childhood best friend, everyone's favorite. He'd learned ASL to date her, and my parents called him their bonus son. At the table, Sabrina barely ate while Brandon cut her food without asking. She kept her eyes down the entire meal, shrinking into herself. After dessert, she hugged me goodbye, and her left hand came up to sign I love you. My spidey sense tingled. She pulled back fast, refusing to meet my eyes. Brandon appeared beside her, signing and speaking simultaneously. Ready, babe? I grabbed her arm and she flinched hard. Stay longer, I said. Brandon laughed, that easy laugh everyone trusted. 3 hours is enough, man. I looked directly at Sabrina, ignoring him. Do you want to stay? She glanced at Brandon first before shaking her head, and that one glance told me everything I needed to know. I didn't let go of her arm. I'm asking her, not you. My dad walked over from the kitchen. What's going on? Sabrina signed with her right hand. I'm fine, but the hand trembled visibly. Brandon squeezed her shoulder and she went completely rigid, her face draining of all color. This girl who used to argue with everyone just stood there, silent and terrified. My mom appeared from the dining room. What's happening? I stared at my sister, really seeing her for the first time tonight. She'd lost 20 pounds, wore long sleeves in July, had dark circles under her eyes. I need to talk to Sabrina alone. My mom's face hardened instantly. After everything Brandon has done for this family, Brandon held up his hands in that patient gesture everyone loved so much. Sabrina, do you want to talk to your brother alone? Sabrina looked at him, then at me, then shook her head. She was too scared to say yes. Show me your arms, Sabrina. The room went completely silent, everyone frozen. Take off the sweater. My dad stepped toward me. You don't get to demand anything. If everything's fine, she can show me, I said, holding my ground. Brandon's voice stayed eerily calm. You're being crazy. Sabrina turned to Brandon and signed something desperate and fast. He nodded, put his arm around her, and started moving her toward the door. I stepped in front of them, blocking their path. Sabrina, look at me. She did for just 1 second, and in that second, I saw pure terror in her eyes. Brandon pulled her faster toward the exit. My dad's voice went hard and threatening. Move, now. Not until Sabrina signs it herself, I said, refusing to budge. Not through Brandon. Brandon was clearly losing his patience now. She did tell you. Through me. Sabrina was crying now, silent tears streaming down her face while my mom tried to pull me aside. You're upsetting her. Stop this right now. I planted my feet firmly in front of the door, not moving an inch. Sabrina, do you want to go home with Brandon? Sign it directly to me. Sabrina lifted her hand slowly and started with her right hand and froze completely. She looked at Brandon like she was asking for permission to continue. Brandon smiled, but his eyes had gone completely cold and dead. Go ahead, babe. Sabrina's hands dropped to her sides and she sobbed harder, her whole body shaking violently. That's when Brandon went completely still, staring at Sabrina with an expression I'd never seen before. The warmth vanished entirely from his face. Sabrina, look at me, now. She looked up at him. He signed something sharp and fast and angry. She shook her head violently in response. He signed again, slower this time, more deliberate and threatening. She backed into the wall behind her, trapped. My dad saw the complete change in Brandon's expression and body language. Brandon, what did you just sign to her? Brandon ignored him completely, his focus locked on Sabrina. We're leaving. He grabbed Sabrina's arm hard and possessive, leaving no room for argument. I shoved his hand off her. Don't touch her. Brandon's voice turned ice cold. Get out of my way. No more mask, no more pretending. The nice guy was completely gone. That's when Sabrina's hands started moving, both hands signing frantically, words pouring out. My mom gasped, started translating through tears. 6 months of isolation. Brandon monitoring everything, every text, call, email, telling her what to wear, eat, when to sleep. He'd been using his ASL to lie for her, changing her words when he interpreted to make her sound happy. My dad grabbed Brandon, shoved him toward the door. Brandon looked back at Sabrina with dead eyes. You're nothing without me. My dad threw him out, locked the door. Brandon's car screeched away. Sabrina collapsed on the couch, still signing. Bruises covered both arms. Brandon had hidden her hearing aids, isolated her from the deaf community, bought a ring to propose next month and trap her permanently. Her hands finally stopped and she looked at me, exhausted. I didn't think you'd remember. We were kids. My mom held Sabrina tight. We should have seen it. My dad checked the locks. I'm sorry. Sabrina leaned into them, finally safe. I sat beside her on the couch. 23 years I'd waited for that signal, secretly hoping I'd never see it. But when it came, I'd been ready.